to another episode of Restoration Talks. And in this video, we're going to be talking about everything you wanted to know about water damage restoration and mitigation. And I have our special guest, Liam. Liam is a master technician with United Water Restoration Group, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about water restoration, what it is, and just to kind of inform our viewers exactly about how all this stuff really works. So, Liam, in your eyes, like, what exactly is water damage?
It's when you have an intrusion of water in your home, any size, whether it be small or large, that could affect your building materials and potentially cause secondary damage if you don't mitigate it correctly.
Wow. Now, I know you've been in the field for a long time. Can you tell us a little bit about, what are the common causes of water damage, that you've seen kind of recur over and over again?
Well, it can be supply lines behind the wall or outside the wall for any type of sink, toilet, shower, what have you. Your washing machine can overflow, your toilets can overflow, or you could have potential roof damage and have outside water coming in. Or obviously the hurricanes or floods can occur as well.
Yeah, no, especially for some of you guys who live in the Northeast, sometimes you get frozen pipes. Sometimes
Absolutely.
If you say you leave the home and you forget to leave the heating on, and you come back to, potentially a flooded home. So that's obviously very, very dangerous. Now, typically when that actually happens, you're going to see signs, right? There's going to be warping. There's going to be things like, what are some other common signs of water damage around the, components of the home that you've seen?
Well, you can have obvious water staining. If it's in your carpet and you don't notice it right away, you can get a musty odor, or if it's underneath cabinets where you can't see certain things. Obviously, warping in your building materials, caulking lines are starting to crack on your baseboards or your crown molding on the ceiling. There's a lot of different ways that it can go undetected for a little bit of time.
Wow. Now, I think that's probably the scariest part about mitigation and the restoration process is the unknown, right? Because if
Absolutely.
you have water damage, there's some danger there, especially with mold.
It's always, you have multiple different points of building materials, and it's not what you can see, it's what you can't see. We have insulation in attics, we have them in the walls, all that damage behind there that you can't see right away. That we would like to open that up and be able to make sure that the home is safe and you don't have anything festering behind your building materials. That's
great advice. Now, let's say some of our homeowners watching this, let's say they actually come across some mold or some water damage. What are some of the precautions they can take immediately, prior to calling for help?
Well, definitely don't put any fans on any discoloration or anything along those lines to try and dry it out yourself, because you could actually do more harm than better, because you could aerosolize the damaged materials into the air and then compromise your immune system that way.
Yeah, that actually will make the mold spread even faster, right? Because you're now pushing the mold spores into the HVA system, and now you have mold inside of that system, and it's like, it's almost like a virus. It just kind of tends to spread.
Absolutely, and it will.
Wow. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the process? A lot of the homeowners are, a lot of the calls that we get, especially here at United, a lot of the homeowners are a little bit confused and not really sure of how this whole process works. Can you walk us through a little bit of through what a typical restoration job looks like?
Absolutely. It's good to get us out on site so we can get an inspection. We're not magicians or anything. We rely on our equipment to tell us what's going on, and that'll lead us to exactly where it came from. And our first job is to make sure that the source has been corrected, that the water is not still coming into the home. And then we can figure out a way to dry it minimally invasive, and if it's a dangerous material like mold or sewage, then we would have to remove the materials out of the property for your safety.
Wow, that's great advice. Now, I have a question. Does that process differ between residential and commercial properties? Or
a lot of times it could be the same thing. It's all about the source of the water and how quickly we get out there. If we get out there the same day, we can usually save a lot of things if it is a clean water loss. Now, if it's not clean, then we would recommend to be removed from the site. But given the size, would be more equipment in a commercial and less equipment in a residential. But it's the same process. We have to dry out the home. We have to get it to a standard level of dryness and a safety level.
Wow. Well, listen, that's been amazing advice. I want to thank you so much for answering some of these questions.
No problem.
And if you guys have any kind of water loss, any kind of mold issues, anything to do with the components and damage to your home, definitely give us a call at United Water Restoration Group. We are a 24/7 restoration and mitigation company, and hopefully you'll get an expert technician like Liam here to your home. So if you guys have any questions, please leave us a question, leave us a comment below the video, and we'd love to answer it in a future episode of Restoration Talks. Until next time.